Hey guys, welcome to PCubed, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians.
Today's song is Supertramp, Take the Long Way Home. It's been so long since we visited and listened to a Supertramp song, and we always enjoyed when we did a few songs of them. It was very, like such a unique and interesting experience, I would say. The instrumentation, but also their characters. I mean, we're gonna listen to an audio version, but I feel like you can even sense the sense of humor and the characters even through the audio. Uh, and then I don't know, their lyrics were always like such a also interesting point of view when I think about the few songs that I listened to. So we are very excited to explore this song with you guys and see how it goes. And I would say, let's go.
So you think you're a Romeo, playing a part in a picture show? Well, take the long way home. Take the long way home. 'Cause you're the joke of the neighborhood. Why should you care if you're feeling good? Well, take the long way home. Take the long way home. There are times that you feel you're part of the scenery. All the greenery is coming down, boy. And then your wife seems to think you're part of the furniture. Oh, it's peculiar. She used to be so nice.
Oh my god, the intro, I feel like it was first of all uncomfortably long. I don't know if I feel like if you do it in a live performance, the audience is like, okay. Like, and also because I think I didn't know what's gonna happen. So I was like, okay, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And then we finally like heard the piano. And then surprisingly right after the harmonica, and I love that. Like from that, now I feel like it a little bit makes sense music wise. I mean, I gotta listen to the lyrics a bit more, but music wise, it felt like you are so far away, and something is coming, like they're coming to you, and but they're still so far away, the source of the sound or source of the music. And that's why you just only hear maybe a little bit of it, like a vibration of them or something. You know something is coming, but you don't exactly know why. That's why that long notes in the beginning make sense. And then the harmonica came, and that was, I think, one of the most beautiful harmonica melodies that I heard, but also the tone. The end of the phrasings when I don't know who was playing it, but it had such a, every time the end of the phrases had such a like sigh feeling at their end. So it felt like I'm just like talking or expressing some of my feelings. But then at the end of each sentence, I'm like, oh, like kind of like that. I don't know if you felt that or not, but to me, it was the most pleading, kind of tired at the same time, like, but so much like so emotional, uh, but so tired of expressing or saying the same things over and over again. But again, still, I cannot contain myself. I have to say these things. So it really felt like a person to me, so much like full of emotions and full of character. And then the lyrics came, which I heard some interesting things, but I'm gonna reserve like the everything else about the lyrics until the end. But I love that first of all the harmonica, but also obviously the piano, and I love that the piano was kind of like had a rhythmic role as well, aside from just playing the harmony, and it was giving such a syncopated feel to the rhythm, like boom bum boom bum, like this. If it's 4/4, I think the seconds and fourth beats were being accented, which again like gave it like such a bouncy feeling to the music. So many characters, so many like layers so far. So let's see what happens.
Oh, it's peculiar. She used to be so nice. Lonely days turn to lonely nights. You take a trip to the city lights. You take the long way home. Take the long way home. You never see what you wanna see. Forever playing to the gallery. You take the long way home. Take the long way home. When you're up on the stage, it's so unbelievable. Unforgettable. How they adore you. But then your wife seems to think you're losing your sanity. Oh, calamity. Or is there no way out? Oh, yeah. Does it feel that your life's become a catastrophe? Oh, it has to be for you to go, boy. When you look through the years and see what you could have been, oh, what you might have been if you had had more time. So when the day comes to settle down, well, who's to blame if you're not around? You took the long way home. You took the long way home. You took the long way home. Again, you took the long way home. You took the long way home. So long. You took the long way home. You took the long way home. Ooh, yeah. You took the long way home. 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 Long way home.
Wow.
Wow, what an ending!
know.
I think it ended in a dissonance note. Like it, at least it didn't end it in on one note. It just bended to a like a
Yeah.
not definitely not consonance note as it should, like for the ending. I mean, not as it should, but as it's like we are used to it.
Yeah, I'm looking. I just looked at the chords actually, and it is a suspended chord. It's C suspended 4, so it's like instead of C E G, it's C F G. So that's F suspension, and I think maybe at the very end they resolve it to a full C major chord. So that was, and then they play on that a lot on the last phrase basically. So that's what it was. I feel like they were going back and forth between that suspended chord and C major. So that was very interesting. Also, like looking at the other chords, they're not too complicated, but there's a good amount of different chords that are happening, and it was kind of subtle. I feel like you had to really listen for the change of harmony here and there. Otherwise, it would not draw attention to itself. But it's in C. It starts with a C minor 7, and then it goes to B flat, F, C, and then it just moves around a little. But we also hear E minor 11, A minor. So many chords happening, but I feel like it was kind of like sneaky in the background with the piano. But you had to really go for it and really listen for that. But I loved that they still had that sense of humor throughout the song, from the meaning of the lyrics to also the way that they would rhyme some of the words together. I think that's kind of their signature, like having that electric piano sound that's very, very unique, but also having kind of a sense of humor in singing. They all sound so like most of their songs that I heard, they sound so nonchalant and so like, oh, we are just saying something, very conversational feel. But then the lyrics are like, on the surface it feels like, oh, everything is rhyming, everything is cute, like she was saying that like my wife thinks of me as part of the furniture or something. And that, what once you get deep in it, I was like, oh my god, that's actually something to really think about. Like, this is a very, very, I feel like, deep and kind of sad sense that the like the not the narrator but the guy that he's talking about is experiencing. For example, that he doesn't feel like as accomplished or as seen inside the house apparently, and that's why he wants to just delay going home. And then at the end he says something about, if I had more time I could accomplish so many more things. And then you think and you go back. So it just makes you think of like, I don't, it just like so relatable. I feel like it can be to a lot of people, but also the lyrics are, I guess, sad for not lack of a better word that I don't know. So like, so thought provoking. I feel like that, oh my god, like what he's going through, and that taking the long way home is actually very a symbol or a sign of so many things that are happening in his life. But then at the surface, the lyrics are like the way that they sing it, but also the instrumentations and everything. I was like, oh, so cool, so like, I don't know, so bouncy, humorous. But that, it's not like, it's like those people who experience so much trauma in their life and they've been through so many things, and they develop a dark sense of humor. I know some people in my life that are just like that, and sometimes they make jokes and then they're like, oh my god, like something, they all, like all of their songs that has that feeling for me, that they are just like a dark sense of humor that then you get deep. I was like, oh my god. But on the surface you just all laugh it off. So
I mean, it's funny that you said that, because I just wanted to say that I really love how what kind of a subjects always Supertramp sings about, or not, maybe not always, but at least some of the songs that we've listened to, they are like the subjects that so less of a people maybe talks about it or like sings about it, but it's like 90% of the people, of the normal people, are dealing with these subjects. And that's why, because 90% of the people are just normal, regular people that are not like, I don't know, like a genius person who had a really special life or something. That's why it's not interesting interesting to sing about it or like make art about it. But they actually do, and that's why I find it really special, the subjects that they talk about, and also the way that they talk about. And I love their sense of humor that they have. It's not just about that they are saying really such a deep and dark thing, or like such a really subject that it should be like a serious subject, and they just the music or the way they are singing it, it's like really funny, or like it's not sad or dark or deep. It's not just about that, but just the way that they put the lyrics together, or something like, as you said, like it's like furniture or something. It's really a thing that happens to, like, I don't want to say 90%, but like a lot of people, and it's really something to talk about, and it's really, but the way that they're saying it, it's like, it's they say it's so normal that it's like, oh yeah, like my wife thinks about me as a furniture, because the people think that it's just too it happens for a lot of people, that it just became a normal thing, that yeah, it's just, you know, we lived such a long time together, and it's just like that, you know. Nobody like talks about it, because they don't think it as a problem or as something important, and that's why they just say it like it is not important, but they are talking about it, so they are saying that it is important, and we have to talk about it. And also the other things that they said, and I just wanted to say that it's kind of like a little bit like my kind of sense of humor. And then you were like, yeah, I know some people around me that they have. As they were singing, I was like, yeah, it's kind of, I really love their sense of humor, because it really kind of matches. I even, last time that I was in a flea market, I bought some stickers that they are really matching, and everybody also around me told that it's really matches my sense of humor, and they are all like they said, all like really like dark humor. I really like it.
That's probably why you like this band so much. But aside from that, I just want to talk about two little things. We talked about the harmonica, and I love the fact that it kind of came back at the end, because it just made that circle, like a full circle, that we come back to it. And that, I think the harmonica is the closest thing that is related to the lyrics for me, because whenever I hear harmonica, I think we talked about it in other songs as well, that is like very like a symbol of loneliness, being isolated, being somewhere like maybe far in the nature, and then nobody is understanding you. Basically, you're emotionally isolated. And especially the way that the tone and the phrasing and the way that he would close the phrases, always like going down like a sigh. I really like that. It was so controlled. But also I heard, I think it's a saxophone, based on what I know from the band, that I know it's an electric piano, and then they have a saxophone player, which I think it's sometimes it's like one of them play two different things, if I remember correctly from the other videos that we watched of them. So I'm guessing it's a saxophone, which is again very interesting, because color-wise it's not too far from harmonica, kinda, but it's like more full and like a little richer sound and a texture in the middle part of the solo. So I really love that they were using these kind of colors and textures as a second or third singer. It really felt like the vocals didn't start with him, the vocals started with the harmonica, and it got passed to the main singer, and then saxophone took over, singer, and then harmonica. So it felt like not a conversation, but different phases of the journey that you're going through. So that was also very, very charming, like very charming song and very charming band, I would say, no matter what they're singing about. So we thoroughly enjoyed it. So we hope you guys did as well. And if you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you want to support us more, there's a buy me a coffee link in the description. And we will see you guys in our next video. Bye.
Bye.